confirmation late last week that the founder and former leader of the Inkatha Freedom Party, Prince Mangosuth Buthelezi, has now fully recovered from COVID-19. You'll remember, of course, that he is, I hope he won't mind me saying, nearly 92, lives with diabetes, and yet has now made a full recovery. Well, Prince Buthelezi is with you now. Prince Buthelezi, good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you for your time. If you don't mind me asking, how are you feeling?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm very glad to hear that. How did you first know that you might have COVID-19? How did you realize you might have the disease?
I was quite surprised because you won't believe it, Ms. Grootes, that I went for a test 6 times. And just during the 6th time that I was diagnosed as positive. Then I went to isolation, of course, on the advice of doctors. Then, of course, they took my blood. When they took my first blood in the lab, the specialist actually stated that he saw very minimal, he used this wrong. He said the COVID was minimal in my body. But nevertheless, then I completed the term of 10 days and went back, and they took my x-rays, they took my blood specimen, and they said that I was then negative.
You must be so relieved. We know how dangerous this disease can be.
Quite?
You must be so relieved because we all know how dangerous this disease can be. You must be so relieved that it's over.
Of course, it was risky for me, Ms. Grootes, because in the first place, I'm elderly. You know, I'll be celebrating my 92nd birthday next week. And secondly, I had a morbidity in that fact that I've been a diabetic for decades. So I was told that people like that are vulnerable. But so therefore, I really thought it was a miracle that I recovered, you know, without showing any signs of any sort, and without getting sick in the sense of getting to bed or being taken to hospital.
If you weren't feeling ill, sir, may I ask why you got tested? Did you come into contact with someone who had the disease?
Pardon?
Did you come into contact with someone who got the disease? How did you catch the disease in the first place?
In fact, you know, Ms. Grootes, each time I went to test, as I told you, I went to test 6 times. Each time I'd been in the company of people that were diagnosed to be positive. And each time that happened, I went to test, went to the lab. Each time, because I was vulnerable, I wouldn't take a chance by not going to test. So even on that occasion, I had been in the company of someone who actually had tested positive.
And Prince Buthelezi, this country, obviously, we're all talking about COVID-19. Are you happy with how government has managed the lockdown, what government's done so far?
No, in fact, I think that our government has done a magnificent job. I think that really I'm proud of what the Command Council has done for our country, South Africa. I don't think that I can criticize anything. Of course, I'm unhappy about this and that. In fact, I even sent messages to the president actually complimenting him for a good job that he has done.
Are you worried about our economy now? Many people have lost jobs as a result of the lockdown. Are you worried about the economy now, sir? Are you worried about the economy because so many people have lost jobs?
I'm very, very worried about the economy. I've been worried about it even before this happened. You know, because for a long time, our economy is going down, down, down. And we were saying that, you know, we're getting to the junk stage. Until we go to the junk stage, I mean, I'm not happy about the fact that our country has borrowed money now from the IMF, because I can see that now this is a problem of generations, that our posterity are going to bear the burden of the fact that our what do you call our what's happened.
And Prince Buthelezi, you will have seen the reports of corruption in the ANC, the corruption that some people made money during this pandemic. President Ramaphosa wants action on this. Do you think that there will be action? How do you feel when you hear some people used COVID-19 to make money?
In fact, I only envy my fellow leaders. I mean, people I served under like Madiba, who are no more, that they are not seeing what I'm seeing today. I really sometimes wish that I was not alive to see the extent to which our country has been destroyed completely because of mismanagement and corruption.
Prince Mangosuth Buthelezi, I'm very glad that you've recovered, sir, and thank you very much indeed for your time on Newsfeed on Newzroom Afrika today. Thank you very much indeed.